This week on The Big Match Revisited, a trip to Stamford Bridge as Chelsea, managed by Geoff Hurst, took on Charlton Athletic in Division 2. Also watch out for an unlikely pitch invader as Aston Villa host Stoke City. Here's Brian Moore.
Welcome again to The Big Match, and this is the lineup for you on our programme today. Our main match is the London Derby game from the second division, Chelsea against Charlton Athletic, and we support that one with two incident-filled games from the first division between Aston Villa and Stoke City and Norwich City and Southampton. But let's start with the serious business of Chelsea against Charlton, a match that puts into opposition two new young managers to the London scene. On the right, Geoff Hurst of Chelsea, and alongside him, Mike Bailey of Charlton. And it's worth pointing out that 3 weeks ago, Bobby Gould was Mike Bailey's assistant at Hereford. Now he's on opposite sides as assistant manager to Chelsea.
So let's check on the two teams then. Chelsea field the side that beat West Ham here last Wednesday and also scored 7 against Orient last Saturday. The only change that Geoff Hurst has made is to reintroduce Tommy Langley as the substitute. And the man who scored 3 of those 7 goals against Orient is Lee Frost. He's in great scoring form at the moment, having hit 5 in his last 5 games. As for Charlton, they've had one change forced on them by an injury to striker Martin Robinson, but Derek Hales comes back to their side after being out for 2 months with a thigh muscle injury, and Richard Wilson is a youngster who left Chelsea on a free transfer in August and was top scorer in the reserves here last season. So Derek Hales is back, and even though he's been out for the past 8 weeks, he's still joint top scorer for Charlton with 4 goals. The referee today is David Hutchinson from Bourne in Cambridgeshire. And it's Charlton Athletic in the red shirts and white shorts who get us underway, attacking the goal to our right, with no away wins to their credit in the league this season, and indeed facing a Chelsea side in such good form. Chelsea finding themselves just 2 points behind the leaders in the second division. Madden playing the ball here for Berry. And Britton cutting it out for Chelsea. Sparrow, Britton, played on for Fillery, scored the winner against West Ham on Wednesday. Sparrow again, and a throw for Charlton. Wilson to Tideman. Powell. A fair turn of speed, and that's a useful little cross, and Grit very nearly got in there. There was a certain laxity in the Chelsea defence there. Droy and Chivers a little bit caught out with that cross, which they should never have been from Powell, and really Grit didn't, I think, quite make the most of it. Frost spreading it wide here for Locke. Walker finding Locke by way of Bumstead, and Bumstead now finding Britton. A little chip in there, Tideman's header putting it away for the corner. Tideman. And there comes that formidable 6'4.5" threat again, 15.5 stones of him. Mickey Droy, number 5 for Chelsea. Gary Chivers in there as well, and in fact the ball going from Bumstead's head quite comfortably into the arms of Johns. It's Tony Hazel, and Powell will chase this one, but I would have thought Sparrow is favourite, but it's something like well, I thought Sparrow touched that one over. But the throw goes to Chelsea. Campbell short to find the ball out of play. Again, that was a decision that surprised me, and it didn't exactly please Dick Tideman. Sparrow. Tideman. Hales. Well, he had a bit of luck and he rode it well. And the little chip in there towards Grit, which he might have turned in. It was certainly an excellent piece of play by Derek Hales. Having got past that challenge of Droy's, it really was a beautiful little cross coming in, and Grit just had to be maybe a yard or two to his left, comfortably to have met it. Ian Britton. Bumstead. Locke going outside him. Harris. Charlton with a lot of players behind that ball. Not easy to find a way through, and Walker getting that one away. But Droy quite comfortably beating Hales in the air, as you would expect. Here's Harris again. Wilson going in hard as well. But Walker with a touch finding Fillery. Britton finding Harris. And Berry's header getting it away again for Charlton. Oh, a clash of heads there between Sparrow and Powell. The game goes on, and the referee, I think, will want to stop it. Indeed he has. Well, it's quite a clash in the air there between John Sparrow and Colin Powell. He looks to be in another world at the moment. Quite a collision there. My word, just look at the bump on Sparrow's head. Good heavens. Well, there are the two who clashed in mid-air there, and a good sporting gesture. Colin Powell was in a bad way, but certainly John Sparrow has an enormous bump on his forehead. There's Britton with the free kick towards Droy, and the flag was up, even though Lee Frost very nearly got in there. He was always being foiled by the keeping of Nicky Johns, but certainly the power of Droy in the air there showed what a danger that could be for Charlton this afternoon. Got up well, but Frost was offside. Locke. Madden making the interception, and in fact he must have been obstructed as he tried to get in there by Frost. Campbell, and now Colin Powell. Tideman making a break forward, and a cross coming in there. Tideman scoring for Charlton. Well, his first goal of the season, and it breaks a deadlock and may give a bit of life to the game. The scoreboard pronounces a goal, and indeed it was a surprise goal as well, because Tideman suddenly appeared deep in that Chelsea penalty area. I thought he was going to cross it, and I imagine that Peter Barota must have thought the same. The ball, though, nestling in the back of the net. Chelsea 0, Charlton 1. And in fact, Charlton have not got at all a bad record here at Stamford Bridge since the war. Of 14 games that have been played, on 8 occasions, Charlton have come here and either won or drawn. There's Langley doing a few warming up exercises. As Chelsea keep coming forward again now with Harris. Now Locke. Cleared away, though, for the corner by Hazel. The game stopped for a moment while John Sparrow, who was involved in that clash with Colin Powell, in fact is going off. And Tommy Langley will come on when he's stripped and ready. In the meantime, the game will go on with a corner. Locke. That's a goal kick. Well, he's dressed up for the weather, and it's taking a fair bit of time, it seems, to get Tommy Langley into action. Droy looking around, finding Harris. At the moment, Chelsea are clearly lacking the drive that they showed when they went a goal down to West Ham on Wednesday night. And they really came back at their London neighbours' throats and won. At the moment, we see none of that positive play about them. And here's Hales now taking that throw from Campbell. Powell again, and the ball might come for Hales, and that time Barota gathered it well at the post as he had to. The ball always running Charlton's way there. And Barota gathering it well. Now Campbell crossing it in once more. Chivers there with the header away. Wilson being shadowed by Langley. Still getting it in there, but it's Tideman heading it on, and this time it's Locke bringing it away. A break for Chelsea that is stopped by the half-time whistle. On an undistinguished first half. Dick Tideman's goal for Charlton. A bit of a surprise goal in his first of the season, separating the two sides. Chelsea clearly needing to raise their game in the second half if they're going to carry on their charge towards the top of the second division. But a good, strong, if unimpressive, but a strong all-round team performance in that first half by Charlton, with the defence looking a lot surer than it's looked for some time. Half-time score then here at Stamford Bridge is Chelsea 0, Charlton 1, and we'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge then at the start of the second half, with Charlton leading by 1-0, and clearly the need is for Chelsea really to step up the pressure on their London rivals in this second half. Laurie Madden with the throw for Charlton. Phil Walker used to be at Millwall. Steve Gritt playing it back for Walker as well. Troy to Britton. Walker once more. And Campbell back to keeper Nicky Johns. And who scored the only goal of the game. Powell. And Britton back to Chivers. Now it's Locke. Chivers again to Walker. Droy. Langley winning that one in the air, but Phil Walker was right back there doing a good job in defence for Charlton. Tideman. Madden. Outside him is Gritt if he wants him, but Madden's going all the way. My word, he hit the post. Well, that was an extraordinary run by Laurie Madden, the Charlton captain. He must have gone all of 40 to 50 yards and then hit it almost casually with the outside, it seemed, of his left boot against Barota's post. Frost, a nice touch now for Britton. Chelsea streaming forward again now with Mike Fillery on the far side. Outside him is Langley. Clive Walker waiting in the middle. It's a nice cross by him. And it was Madden, in fact, who just got an important touch on that cross. And that was one of Chelsea's better moves, and indeed one of their only moves in this game so far. But there's Britton with the corner for them. Berry's header getting that away, but not very far. Walker will try and turn it back in the game, which he does. And Fillery has equalised. Into the second half, and Chelsea get a fine equalising goal. In fact, a repeat really of the two men who got the winner against West Ham last Wednesday. Clive Walker having a big part in it, and picking out Mike Fillery, who had time in the box to turn and hit it hard past Nicky Johns. Chelsea 1, Charlton 1. Mike Fillery the scorer, and that's 7 this season for him. Well, a lot of managers like their midfield players to get their quota of goals, and Fillery is certainly doing that at the moment for Jeff Hurst here at Chelsea. But here's Walker. Now Hazel. Campbell. Barota's throw to Gary Locke. And now for Britain. Walker. That's a Charlton throw. Madden with it. Just imagine if Madden's shot had gone in instead of hitting the post. That might have put a totally different complexion on the game, with Charlton getting a 2 lead. As it is now, it's 1-1. Harris planting it forward again. Frost is trying to get in there, but Hazel calmly hooking that away. Frost again. That's a good cross too. Here's Walker on this side. Chelsea looking much more the part in this second half. Oh, Walker's done well. He's gone past Madden. He hit it straight at Berry though. Britton's in there, and Berry getting it away. Handball. Penalty. Well, Les Berry handled the ball there, and the referee decided that it was intentional and said that's a penalty. And the referee, in fact, has run around the back of the goal to get away from protesting players. I've not seen that before. But I think as he walks around, he might find, yes, Tony Hazel there to have a word with him. And I think what David Hutchinson might well be saying, look, I've given you a chance to cool off and get away. Now make sure you get away. Well, there was the incident coming up now, where the referee had judged that a deliberate handball by Les Berry. Nicky Johns on the 6-yard line there, you can see. I suppose hoping to stretch Britain's nerves to the limit. Lanky goalkeeper now, has he got the stretch to stop this? He hasn't. It's 2-1. And in the opening 9 minutes of the second half, Chelsea, who looked in terrible disarray in the first half and were a goal down, have come back to get a 2-1 lead. First it was Mike Fillery, and then by way of what looked to me to be a harsh penalty, I must say, a penalty by Ian Britton. Britton. Well, now they're beginning to look a lot more confident, Chelsea. It's amazing what a goal or two can do. Locke playing it on towards Langley. Walker. Well, you wouldn't recognise him at the moment from the team that was all over the place in the first half. Walker again. Chipped in there towards Fillery. And in fact, Frost holding off Hazel. Getting a good cross in there, and Langley just failing to get above it to hit it in. Richard Wilson just leaning against that far post there. Madden getting it away. Walker. Oh, that's surely a penalty, yes. Hazel bringing down Walker. Or rather, it's, I beg your pardon, it's Wilson bringing down Walker. Well, I don't think there was any doubt about that one. To my mind, there was a doubt about the first one, but that clearly was a penalty. And for the second time in 5 minutes now, Ian Britton faced with planting the ball wide of Nicky Johns. Now to give Chelsea a 3-1 lead. And Nicky Johns complaining that the ball is not on the spot. Britton with the kick. Same spot, same result. 3-1. Well, even though Nicky Johns guessed right that Britton would try and put it in exactly the same spot as the one 5 minutes earlier, the little Scot, his placement was absolutely perfect. Into the back of the net. And that's Chelsea 3, Charlton 1. Wilson. To to Powell. Powell now on his way, but yes, might make a bit more progress. Tideman playing it this time for Campbell. Wilson. That's a fair shot. And a nice acrobatic piece of goalkeeping there by Peter Barota. A minimum of fuss really about that shot by Wilson. But that sort of save has become Barota's speciality. Britain, though, picking it up as Powell tried to run it. It's with Harris. Langley, and a chance for Tideman now to set something up for Charlton. No, draw his head in the way, and a header that finds Ian Britton. Fillery with the crossing again. Walker! Right up into the night sky. Look at Tommy Langley's face there. Well, you can afford to joke about a miss like that, I suppose, when you're 3-1 up and there are, what, 11 minutes to go. But certainly it opened up nicely there for Clive Walker, and Peter Shaw's coming on, which I suppose won't greatly increase the firepower, but Shaw a defender. Oh, nobody seems to know for the moment who's gone off. I think it's young Richard Wilson, number 8, who's gone off. So Peter Shaw on, Richard Wilson off. Harris planting it forward again, and Hazel calmly back to his keeper. Nice play there by Walker, and Barota. Now let's look at this. Well, the crowd enjoyed that, and the Yugoslav in fact has set up an attack on the far side now with Tommy Langley in possession. Shaw getting it away. A bit of space now for Colin Powell to work something for Charlton. To Grit on the far side. Hales coming in on this one, and the header going wide. Tideman, Hales. Oh, what a good ball there by Hales, and Barota now heading it away. Well, he's been outside his box, kicking it away. Why not complete the afternoon with a header? Peter Barota. A free kick to Chelsea with Langley brought down. And it looks very much as though Chelsea's charge towards the top will continue. And there is the final whistle. It's a victory for Chelsea. It makes it 8 wins in their last 10 games. Ian Britton, the man who scored twice from the penalty spot, the little number 7. Chelsea with their 3 goals coming in the first quarter of an hour of the second half. With Mike Fillery scoring again to take his total to 7. And really Chelsea can thank a much improved second half performance for both the points. So as the players come off, we leave with a final score. Chelsea 3, Charlton 1.
Well, it was just as well that Chelsea showed some improvement in the second half, because up to that point they looked anything but a side that was on its way to its 8th win in its last 10 games. But it's a victory that puts Chelsea into 3rd place now in the second division. Look at that. Clubs from the London area now filling the top 3 places. But what did Mike Bailey of Charlton and first Jeff Hurst of Chelsea think of it all?
I think we threw the first 45 minutes out the window, really. We didn't compete at all. We were very lethargic, and a lot of lads felt it was because of the hard game they had on Wednesday. But I think if we're going to be successful eventually, we have to get used to the fact that we're going to have 2 games a week.
So what brought about the change in the second half? A few sharp words at half-time?
I think that just about sums it up.
And then you got off to a brilliant start. I mean, with 3 goals, you couldn't believe that, obviously, in the first quarter of an hour of the second half. And that was a marvellous start. And Mike Fillery is scoring again.
Yes, we're encouraging Mike to get forward and to score goals, and he's responding very well.
Yes.
He scored the other night. In fact, he missed one the other night, very similar to that one. So that's encouraging. But we had a 10-minute spell and got the 10-15-minute spell, scored the 3 goals, and then we sat back again. And up until the last 10 minutes when John Bumstead went off with 2 stitches, of course, when we were under a bit of pressure then, we played for 10 minutes.
Yes.
And although we're happy with the result, I'm not happy with the overall performance.
If I can turn to you now, Mike, what did you feel about Charlton's overall performance today?
Yeah, I thought in the first half, I disagree with Jeff a little bit. I think it was our own good play that stopped them playing. I thought we were very well organised, and I thought we deserved to go in at 1-0 up. Just after that, after half-time, I think we had a mad 5 minutes where, we left a player unmarked, Fillery boy unmarked in the box. We didn't push out at all from the corner, and then we had a penalty against us, which I felt wasn't a penalty.
That was the handball by Les Berry.
Yeah, Les says he couldn't get near it, and then of course the second penalty, which I don't disagree with at all.
That looked a good penalty, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's establish first of all with this first penalty. The referee apparently told the Charlton camp it was handball by number 2, but if you watch the number 5, Les Berry, you can see that the ball hits him. But I mean, it struck with such power there from such short range. You wonder what his intention was. I can't imagine it was deliberate. But the referee standing behind said that it was. I thought it was a tough decision yesterday, and looking at it again today, I don't really change my opinion of that. It was a tough decision against Charlton. But this one, I don't think they can have any complaints about. As Clive Walker takes up the ball, Richard Wilson goes into him, down he goes, inside the penalty area, and on this occasion, I think the referee was 100% right to give a penalty against Charlton. Welcome back, and our second game today is Norwich City against Southampton. Norwich still up amongst the front runners, and Southampton getting that way after we'd shown you, remember on this programme last week, their brilliant 4-1 win over Nottingham Forest. Now the pictures come from Anglia Television. The commentator's Jerry Harrison. Norwich, the home side, are in the plain shirts.
Watson and Fashanu. And ball. Channon. Williams. Nice play. Beautiful first-time stuff. Appeals for offside, but he's not there. Boyer. And a good effort. Boyer again. Well, he was off balance when he hit the second one. A smile of recognition from Kevin Keelan, his former teammate, but that was beautiful play by Southampton. All of it first-time football to get Boyer in this position. And a good save on the near post. The rebound comes out. He hits it first time, not too powerfully. And Reeves. Shannon turning well, trying one. Oh, a good shot down by the near post and well covered by the goalkeeper. Good neat turn. And a nice bit of economy on that one. Right on target. Another corner. In comes Watson. And Boyer going to have a go. Off the line by numerous players. Boyer, I suppose you could say he was denied there, but defenders covering at corners, that's what they're meant to do. And Boyer trying to turn and wriggle again. Channon chipping one forward, it's a good one. Here goes Keelan, and oh, he should have had that one. No goal as Hibbard got the header in, and they were a bit lucky there, Norwich City. Trevor Hibbard denied at the second attempt by Keelan. Well, the ball chipped forward well. It comes back, and Hibbard is in there first. Keelan's struggling now, and it doesn't go over the line, despite the appeals. Forward for Reeves. Watson in there hard. Boyer looking very sharp indeed. But Andruszewski gets it to Holmes. We've got Shannon in the left wing position. Andruszewski going down the middle. It's not a bad ball either. Andruszewski can get one in. Oh, it's a good effort. A beautiful goal. Well, the man who came from nowhere, he's a defender or a defensive midfield player. They didn't watch him as he came through on the support run. The pass to him was a beautiful one, and nobody picked him up on the left foot. Acute angle, but he slots it in inside the far post. A good goal. Reeves, a nice touch to Kevin Bond. Peters has gone right up front. Reeves again. Peters here once more, but that ball wasn't expected, and Fashanu might get hold of this one. Fashanu's in there. He's done it. And Southampton have given it away. The Boxers in there with the uppercut, the telling punch. They're back in business. Well, Southampton will be cursing this because this was anybody's ball, but Fashanu is a battler. And Andruszewski, a bad back pass, but Fashanu will go forever. And he did really well when he was off balance. Andruszewski cuts out. That's out. Fashanu and Watson. Oh, he loses him nicely. Fashanu's cross. Padden. Oh, it was a good save by Wells. Maguire is there in the middle. Peters. Paddens are back again. Reeves. No room now. Fashanu. Fashanu again. Peters. Maguire's got it. Maguire's goal. And who made that? But Justin Fashanu, the man who brought them back into the game. The second attempt out there, he left Holmes and ball for dead as it's crossed in. And the first time shot from Mick Maguire. The goalkeeper kills it, but over the line it goes. 2-1. Well, an amazing change in this game. Who'd have thought that Southampton are going to go home with nothing? Well, it might yet be a point that they take, but they've got to do something pretty good here. Hibbard and Holmes. Hibbard trying one. Good shot. And a beautiful save by Keelan. That one was definitely on its way. And the final shot of this match, and a decisive save by Keelan. Well, what a fantastic 15 minutes.
Indeed, what a finish it was. Those 2 goals for Norwich in the last 10 minutes, in fact, giving them a 2-1 victory. All right, we've saved for our final game today a really red-blooded and controversial match between Aston Villa and Stoke City. One player sent off and a winner right at the end that provides quite a talking point. The pictures come from ATV. The commentator is Hugh Johns. Stoke City are in the stripes.
Smith in a bit of trouble then as the sticky surface slowed the ball up. Scott in for Randall. Randall going against Swain. Oh, and he sold himself, did Swain. The cross in, and saving the day was Ken McNaught. Kenny Swain rather tended to dive in against Randall then. And here's Randall waiting now as Johnson takes the corner. Scott helps it on and it's in. And that skidded off Scott. Hit Rimmer. Well, Scott is now going to claim that one. Now here's the corner. Scott, an overhead kick just to get it into the box. It screws off him, hits Rimmer, and it's in the back of the net. And the crowd absolutely delighted because we've got a dog on the park, and that is a rare sight these days. In the old days, you'd have a dog on at every match. But the safety fencing that's around most grounds has cut them down. But here we have a dog on the park. That's Jim Williams, the dog catcher, assisted by referee Newsom. Crooks. Cowans. Nice control. Ball through to Little. Oh, beautiful ball up for Mortimer. Got to drive it. Oh, what a beaut. What a goal. Oh, that will do. 1-1. That's brought the Villa spectators to their feet as a man throughout this ground. What a lovely ball through. Little, this touch off. And Mortimer. Stoke players breathing down his neck. The accuracy of this shot, quite staggering. Beautiful. 1-1. It's a good head on by Bremner. Geddes struck firmly for Pejic. Kept it in play, but gave it to Heath. Ball on to O'Callaghan. On again for Crooks. Ray Evans the cross. Irvine the header. And knocked away by Bremner. And Villa are a bit caught by a very, very good attack from Stoke. Ball laid off by Crooks. First time ball across the box. And Sammy Irvine couldn't really get pace on. And Bremner hooks it to safety. Geddes. Now Shaw. Pejic has to hurry. A foul. Thought for a moment that referee Newsom was looking for advantage. The free kick's taken, and now it's McNaught. Geddes down beautifully for Shaw. Shaw still in with a chance. Oh, that was brave bit of defensive play by Ray Evans, who looks as though he's been hurt in this. Fine header by Geddes. Shaw fighting hard. There's Ray Evans in now. Dives in and stops the shot. McNaught getting there ahead of Crooks. Good cover by the big man. Gets that off to Cowans. Now Pejic. Little. Leaves it for Mortimer to try one. Wasn't too far away, was Dennis Mortimer with that one. He's got the scoring bug this afternoon. Little running square. Stops it. Mortimer sees half a chance. He's not too far away from that left-hand corner. Ken McNaught. Pushed out of the side by Brendan Ormsby not so very long ago. Shaw. Good play. And that's a booking for Dennis Smith. Yellow card for Smith. And here's the incident. Watching for Dennis Smith to make his challenge there. As though he took the ball. Garth Crooks, 9 goals this season. Evans free kick. Johnson the interception. Here's Crooks. Oh, good ball. Randall. Swain coming back to get at him. Randall to drive it. A very fine save by Jimmy Rimmer too. Intelligent ball from Crooks that sent Randall on his way here. Chased by Swain, he had the legs of him, even when he checks and goes again. And Rimmer well positioned, but this was a very fierce shot. Well taken. And here's Little. Pejic then with the throw here for Villa. Gary Shaw. And wins a corner off Dodd. Cowans is going to the corner kick area. Evans is up in the box. McNaught's up there for Villa as well. McNaught near post. Evans around about the 6 yards area. Across the goals, a chance for Mortimer, and the ball didn't bounce well for him. But Bremner to lace it in there again. Dodd the header out to Mortimer. Trying to find a gap on his own. Good try. Fine try from Dennis Mortimer. He really goes in with a great deal of confidence here, and that left foot shot was a beaut. Early ball from Johnson, and Crooks is away. Crooks, good cross. Well, that was so close. Crooks now coming in on the edge of the box against Pejip, widens the angle slightly. So close to the far post. Swain. Little through. Shaw. And Swain is in there. And he's got to score. Ken Swain. No. He's given a penalty. Referee Newsom has given a penalty. Kenny Swain, who actually started it off, gets on the end of it when the ball comes across to him. Now here's Swain going in now. He was being pushed and bumped and pulled all over the place. Still got his shot in, but it isn't going to count, which is a great shame. He might have been given the opportunity to chalk up his name on the scoreboard, Ken Swain. Instead, it's a penalty. So it's going to be Alan Evans. Stoke's complaints couldn't possibly be justified. I think there was a case where the referee could quite legitimately have allowed the goal to stand. But it's a penalty. Alan Evans against Roger Jones. 2-1. And the whole end rise to Alan Evans. And the first man to him, I think that's rather nice, is Ken Swain. The chap whose goal was knocked off. There he is, number 2. Sweetly taken kick. Jones makes up his mind which way he's going, and he guessed wrong. Kenny Swain. It's it off to Shaw, who couldn't quite pick up Bremner. But there's a red card for Dennis Smith. Well, a second offence. He'd been booked in the first half.
Well, you might be puzzled as to why Dennis Smith was sent off, but you remember he had been booked earlier on in the game, and as he ran past the referee, he clearly said something to him, and the clue that we get to that is when the Stoke players go to referee Bert Newsom and say, well, what was that about? Do a bit of lip reading now, and you'll see the referee says, it's what he said. It's what he said. You see it there? And there's the clue as to why Dennis Smith was sent off. What about that penalty incident right at the end? That really was a bit puzzling, and surely it's the ultimate in a referee being just a little too quick on the whistle and not having the nerve to just hold off for a second or two to see what develops, and how embarrassing it would have been for him and infuriating for Aston Villa if they'd missed that penalty. All right, that's it then. Now, thanks again for watching this week. 3 matches with quite a bit of character to them as well, because, as you'll have realised by now, all 3 winners came back from being a goal down, and we salute those comebacks with the goals that set them on their way. First, Mike Fillery for Chelsea.
Try and turn it back in again, which he does. And Fillery has equalised.
Then Justin Fashanu for Norwich.
Peters here once more, but that ball wasn't expected, and Fashanu might get hold of this one. Fashanu's in there. He's done it. Owens.
And Dennis Mortimer for Aston Villa.
Ball through to Little. Oh, beautiful ball up for Mortimer. Got to drive it. Oh, what a beaut. What a goal. Oh, that will do. 1-1.